So please give a huge hand for Mr. Jason Melton.
Hey, one more time for Chicken Bone, everybody. Clap it up. I love it. Immediately creating distance from the show and me in case I totally ruin this. Good to be here. You guys are looking at me like you're afraid I might, but I promise to try real hard. Sorry if this is the biggest camera that's ever been pointed at me, so that's pretty cool. I feel famous. Thank you. Now I'm totally blanking. Hey, it's good to be out. I mean, it's good to be out here in Downport. I do stand up in Chicago. I'm from Northwest Indiana originally, and I do stand up in Chicago. I just feel like you guys are nicer than the Chicago people. Like, oh, you don't even you know them? Why are you so? Well, don't come down on them. Now I feel like defending everybody. You guys are nice. I just feel like you listen a little more at the shows around here. Like in Chicago, the crowds, I feel like they see too much stuff. They're over, they're overwhelmed with stuff. They come into the show and they just watched a man smoke crack out of a rat skeleton on the train, So they're like, yeah, what do you got, buddy? Yeah, come out here where the people are just smoking meth out of a possum skeleton, and then. They're a little more open-minded, and they clean up. I don't know if you know about meth, but those guys love cleaning. So it's good to be here. Yeah, me and Donnie drove all night. I'm a little out of it, man. You guys having some drinks? So, that's good. I like drinking. It's Sunday. Anybody gonna get drunk today? You guys? Hell yeah. Cool people. These guys are cool. For getting drunk. I love you. I don't drink anymore. I quit like 6 years ago, and I hate it so much, I just, it got too expensive for me, and now life is one long day. It's horrible. There's nothing to break up of my memories. I remember everything. I don't like that. And also when I have sex, I feel all of it. I don't know, man. It's way wetter than you guys think. You don't know because you're a bunch of drunks, you don't realize you even got to change your sheets. But you do, you got to. I learned that when I sobered up, of course. My house is clean now. I miss drinking so much. You got to get drunk, and then later tonight, I can look at you and wish I was you. That's what I want from you. Do that for me. I don't mind, though. I got lots of drinking in when I did. I started drinking when I was like 14 years old, like that guy right there. And anybody else start drinking young, real like 14? I was 14. Anyone around there? Make some noise if you guys raise your hand. You guys are cool, You know why no one else is clapping? Because they're not cool. Nobody would give them booze. We were cool. They were probably studying their multiplication tables, like losers. Meanwhile, we're doing the right thing, pouring booze on our brains before it grows too much. That way we could stay low. We could be like a couple back on that caveman map or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to, get your brain all the way big. That's what happened to Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, like his brain was huge. And then he did a lot of bad stuff. We're not going to ever do anything bad. We can't do the math, We're the most we're doing like blunt object stuff, bats and clubs, right? That's the best we could handle. Maybe a butcher knife. That's the kind of tool we would use if we were the bomber. Anyway. It's good. Yeah, I loved drinking when I was a kid. Like, when I was 14, we would steal booze from my parents, and we'd drink it on a couch in the woods. And then in Indiana. Then somebody would light the couch on fire. We'd spend the next month looking for a new couch. That was the most purpose I've ever had in my life. I don't know what I'm doing now. Always then, I was looking for a couch. That was great. And then eventually we, your parents' booze, it becomes all food coloring in water. And you have to start getting creative, find creative ways to drink. Like we would get our friends and our parents to buy us booze. I I always laugh at this. We had this friend named Crackhead Tommy, and it's funny because he didn't even smoke crack for like 5 years after that nickname was given to him. Like you could just tell where he was going, you know. And he had like an uncle who was like this 30-year-old guy. He rode up on a BMX bike, and this is 20 years ago. He had tattoos all over. So it was like, back in the day, if you had tattoos like that, it was different. Like he looked like Pete Davidson except for real, like. Like he was gonna fuck some shit up. And he went in, he bought us $6 worth of vodka, Skull vodka. I think it's made out of skulls or something. And he gives us the vodka, and he goes, "If you kids tell anybody about this, I'll murk you." Which, if you don't know, it's like 2000s hip-hop for kill. And it still kind of makes me laugh to this day, imagining that we get caught with our little $6 of vodka, and then he has to come back and kill us all. That's the way the streets work, man. We told on him. Now this 30-year-old man has to kill us. Hey, man, it's the rule. It's the law of the land. Anyway, and then I used to, Northwest Indiana, I don't know if you guys know the area, but we got the most beautiful cities in the world. We got Hammond and Gary. You know this? These dead steel towns, When I was a kid, too, Gary was the murder capital of the country. There was more murder there. And we used to go there, and now it's not even the top 10, those fucking pussies. And get on it, grow up and be a better murderer. So we'd go to Gary. I had a friend who lied to go to my school. I went to Highland High School, and he came from Gary, and then we'd ride his moped on the expressway to Gary. I should be dead, and we'd drink it there. And now we're doing this thing we call it a Hey Mister. Have you ever heard of this? Like when you want to get booze? Yeah, you know it. So you guys started drinking young too then. You didn't admit it earlier. But Hey Mister is when you sit outside the liquor store, and whenever somebody's coming up, you go, "Hey Mister, I forgot my ID." I know I'm 4'11" and I got acne, but I just don't have my wallet on me. We would do that, sit outside the liquor store, and there's a trick to it too. You don't ask every person coming up. Like if they got a clean shirt, you can't talk to them. Like they're not gonna do it. You got to find a guy who's looks like his life is completely falling apart, really bad life. He's got no children or family or career. He's nothing, And that guy, he buys you booze because he gets you the booze, and then you start drinking young. You grow up to be him, and that's their way of having kids. So that's how you. That's the kind of guy you need. So we got that guy, and we would do that all the time. Fearless, talking to strangers. We're 15, 16 years old. We're in Gary, murder capital of the country. It's 3 a.m. We find this guy to buy us booze, and he goes to the liquor store. He comes out with 30-pack of Busch Ice. That's a good one, It's got the ice in it already, which is kind of... That's convenient. And we're like, "Oh, hell yeah, give me the beer." And he's like, "Well, if I just give you the beer out here, it'll be a crime, so you guys should just get in the back of my car." And yeah, we're like, "Yeah, man, I get it. I don't want to get in trouble. Hell yeah, we get in the car." Like, "Give me the beer, man." He's like, "Well, I can't just give you the beer and then you get out. Everyone will know what happened. Let me just drive you down the street a little bit. And me and my friend Adam look at each other like, "Yeah, man, are you like a chess player? It's like you've thought of everything. Like, that's really smart. Yeah, we'll just drive us down the street a little bit. Sure." So he backs out and he starts driving. It gets really scary all of a sudden. I think our little brains kicked on, you know. We're like, uh-oh, this is not a good place to be. So we're driving down the street, and he's like, it's silent in the car. I think he could tell we were scared. He breaks the silence. He goes, "You boys been fucking tonight? Any fucking for you guys?" I'm 15. I'm not going to lose my virginity for 30 years, you know, so I'm like, no fucking for us yet. Fingers crossed. We'll meet a woman to do that with. And he's like, "Oh, well, y'all smell like pussy," and then he just dropped us off. We were fine. Nothing happened. I think he was just practicing for when he found somebody he was actually attracted to, you know, so it's just a nice little trial run for him. Went pretty good. And that's the end of that story. What do you guys think? Forcing this guy to clap. Thank you. Good to be here, man. I don't know. I guess I'll talk a little bit more and then I'll go. How much have I done? I don't. He just told me to do whatever, so now I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to ruin it. But things are going pretty good for me. I like quarantine's over, you know, and I got a good job during quarantine for the first time in my life. I became a software developer. What's good? Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I became a software developer. I never had a good job in my life. Like, I worked every bad job. I've been like a dishwasher. I was a drug dealer. I was a recess monitor at a school for many years. It's a weird way to know 400 kids' names when you look like me. People don't like that. But yeah, the job I had before quarantine is I work for Sherwin-Williams. You guys ever heard of it? Fuck yeah, this guy knows. Sherwin-Williams, biggest paint company in the world. If you didn't know that, then where you been? Sherwin-Williams. And I was a delivery driver, very low to the bottom. I made almost minimum wage. Horrible job. In fact, the way you move up is, so you just drive around, deliver paint to construction sites. It's heavy, you know, hundreds of pounds of paint. The way you move up at Sherwin-Williams is the guy above you would hurt his back, and then you would get his job. Our CEO had the strongest back in the whole world, actually. That's how he got up there. I remember he used to crush a paint can with his spine for the picnic, just to show off. But it was a great job driving around. But now I got a job where I actually make money, and I never had a job where I make money before, but I learned that nobody else likes it when you tell them that you make money. Have you any money makers know what I'm saying, folks? Any cool rich guys? You know, like keeping your head down right now? Yeah, I've gotten to a point where, yeah, like people get mad at me. So I had to find out a creative way to express how much money I make. I can't say the number. But what I do is you know, I'll say it like this. I'll go, you know that game where straight guys talk about how much money it would cost for them to suck another guy's dick? You know what I'm talking, the fellas know. They go, how much would it cost, you know? And depending how straight you are, you'll say some astronomical number. You're like, it's a lot of money for me to suck a guy's dick because I would hate that. So I would charge a lot. Well, I'm getting to the point where I can afford a lot of my friends. So I'm doing pretty good. And I think I'm going to take them up on it too, you know, like, because now that I have the money, I realize it's not even about sex, it's about power, you know, and I'll get all my friends to blow me, and then and then I start like Jeff Bezos, I start one of them slave programs. I mean, space program. Space program. I think it's a space program. You guys like cats or dogs? I like you guys dog people, make some noise. Dog people. Woof woof. Woof woof woof. Cat people, where are my cat people? No, damn, almost none. Are you guys scared? I'm a cat person myself. I like cats. I feel like I just like to work for my friendship, you know? Like, I don't... Dogs are too easy. Like, if you met a person who is just friends with you because you had food on your pants, wouldn't you not trust them as much? I like a cat because there's some work involved. And me and my girl got a cat, but the cat's so crazy, you know. We actually had to ban the laser pointer from this cat because he goes nuts. And now he keeps on attacking my Indian friend's forehead, so that's no good either. And I mean, what are we supposed to do? What do we do? Yeah, we had to put her down. I thought my Indian friend. We put down my Indian friend because we love the cat, you know, but I can't get her to stop practicing her religion. So I had to, you know, it is what it is, right, folks? I don't know. Hey, all right. Quarantine devastated the economy, am I right? We all know that, yeah. Quarantine, bad time, you know. I was pretty sad. Locally, for me in Chicago, they closed the local karate dojo. Yeah, very sad. Everyone's sad. I was especially affected by it because I don't know where to watch, short guys wrestle in front of a picture window now. So where am I going to go? The dojo's closed. I was also confused, you know, as a landlord, how do you close a karate dojo? You put a board across the door? I mean, that's a day they've all been training for, you know, like, they're right back in there, you know, on them, doing somersaults and shit. You guys have been an incredible crowd. I love you very much. Give it up for your host, Chicken Bone, everybody. Thank you.